What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the world of Behemoth. As the long-anticipated final day has come where the embargo has lifted and we are finally able to talk about this amazing game called Behemoth. A select few of content creators were given a chance to go out to a couple of different locations around the world to go take a look at the first gameplay and try and demo the first gameplay of this amazing game that you see here called Behemoth. SkyDance Studios, or SkyDance Interactive, or SkyDance Games now, has basically come out and they've given some creators a chance to take a look at this amazing game. They are very confident in this game, and that's why they're showing it so early. And myself and Wes Dillon and Jasmine from VR with Jasmine got a chance to head to California to SkyDance Studios' home, and we got a chance to play Behemoth on the PlayStation VR 2, and I can now finally tell everyone how amazing this demo was. There's not a lot of times with VR where the game lives up to the hype, and we have that here. So you're getting your first looks at some actual gameplay footage of what Behemoth is all about, and it is an adventure game wrapped inside a melee game, wrapped inside a huge story with huge set pieces and beautiful, beautiful scenery. When I tell you on the PlayStation VR 2 this is one of the most gorgeous games I have ever played, I am not overstating. The gameplay matches the beauty in this game. It is amazing. The melee combat combined with some of the techniques that you get to use are absolutely amazing. You can see in some of these shots how big the set pieces actually are and how large everything looks inside the headset. One of the mechanics that you just saw there being used was the grappling hook mechanic. And as you shoot the grappling hook out, it has a rope attached to it, and you're able to actually grab that rope and either swing from it or pull on it to either, propel to different places, to repel down cliffs, or to grab objects and pull them toward you. And not just objects, you'll see later in some of this gameplay, you're able to actually grab onto enemies and yank them either towards you or off cliffs or off ledges. One of the cooler things I was able to do at one point was use the grappling hook to hit one of the enemies in the chest with it and pull him unknowingly right off of a ledge. There is climbing in this game, and I think a lot of people are going to kind of like say, is this another Horizon Call of the Mountain type game because of the beautiful scenery and because of some of the climbing that you'll see here. But I can tell you this is very much not that type of game. This feels more like a game where Horizon had a limiting feel to it because of the combat and the way the combat was set up. This absolutely does not. It is very free for all or free roam feel to the combat. You can see some of the weapons have weight to them where you have to use a two-handed weapon here. You can also use dual wielding weapons. Everything has collision detection. Everything looks absolutely amazing. The hand physics are fantastic. The visuals are some of the best I have ever seen inside a VR headset. You do have some certain abilities here. So basically, kind of the story goes that you are fighting this rot or whatever it is in your environment, and you're fighting against it, but it's actually fueling you. So the power that you are receiving and able to do these amazing things is because of the rot that you're fighting. It affects you in a positive way and makes you stronger. But this is also something that you're trying to defeat as well. So it's kind of like a dual thing where you're trying to defeat what is actually making you stronger and more capable. You can see some of the combat here. This is, there it is where you're pulling the enemy. That's so cool. That's one of the coolest things when you get to grab the enemy like that and just pull him towards you. But SkyDance, known for The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners 1 and 2, you can see the physics that they have in that game are realized here and the way you're able to grab enemies like you used to be able to grab the zombies and you know, impale them or throw them around. You're able to do that here. You do have a power move that you see in some of these shots where you're able to literally just cut these guys in half. You can't do it with every shot. It is a power shot and you run out of strength, so you can only use it sparingly. But if you wait and do it correctly, you can absolutely just cut one of these guys right in half, or completely like sever. You can cut them right down the middle, which is amazing. I think they called it some kind of dismemberment system. It was like an active dismemberment system in the way that you're able to do it. It's quite stunning when you get it right. So you can kind of like take the enemy's strength away and kind of beat them down a little bit, and then you kind of hold on to that strength meter until you're ready, and at the right point you hit that strength and you're able to just basically cleave them in half. And like you can see here, you're able to throw your weapons as well. You know, throw your swords or throw your axes, and if you do it with the power or with the strength initiated, it'll just go right through them and kill them in one shot. You do have shields here that you're able to use as well, so you can wield a sword in one hand and a shield in the other. Oh my god, that was so cool! But you're able to use a shield, and the shield will take damage as you go. So if you're blocking with it, especially with big two-handed weapons that the enemies are using, the shield will be whittled down very quickly, and will only last just so long. Just a testament to the gameplay that you can see, you know, how the shield just starts to break apart into pieces. The enemies have armor on them, so sometimes you'll have to take away their armor or hit them in a spot where the armor is not. Some of them have, you know, helmets on, where you'll really have to like get rid of the helmet before you're able to kill them. You can stun, so you can parry, and then you can like, you know, you can block, and then if you parry with the right timing, you stun them, and then you're able to do like a little bit of a power maneuver on them. I think you saw it back in a little bit of a shot here where you're able to use the shield, and you're able to grab the shield and then block an arrow coming in at you, because there are archers in this game, and then you're able to pull the arrow out of the shield and actually use the arrow later on. So you can use the arrow just in your hand and stab somebody with the arrow, or you can take the arrow, knock it into a bow, and use that to kill an enemy as well. The archery in this game is as good as it was in Saints and Sinners. If you ever had the bow mechanic in Saints and Sinners and you use the bow in that game, it is absolutely awesome. It's one of the best mechanics that SkyDance does, and it's great in this game as well. You can be really accurate with it. And you can, again, with a power shot, you can actually go right through an enemy with the arrow. This is one of the early kind of semi-bosses that you fight. He was fairly powerful, but you were able to take him down pretty quickly. Yeah, that was pretty gruesome, man. There are some amazingly gruesome effects in this game. All right, guys, here is where you're going to get your first look at something much, much bigger. This is where things get interesting. This thing is like a freaking mountain, and it just decimates everything that you see here. This is one of the behemoths, and this is one of the small behemoths. This is one of the first ones that you encounter in the game, and this is a baby compared to most of them. And this thing is freaking enormous. You can see the path of it just, you know, dragging that ball and chain that it's using. Again, taking a look at some of these set pieces, and you're looking at the beautiful, beautiful environments here, and they're huge. They're absolutely massive. You can see like huge mountains in the distance. You see this huge ball and chain that the behemoth is kind of using to wield. And then all of a sudden you think this is a mountain in front of you, and it's not a mountain. It's the actual behemoth, like covered up in dirt, and it just rises up into the air, and you're like, holy moly. This gives you super Shadow of the Colossus vibes. If you've ever played that game, it absolutely feels a lot like that with this boss battle. And I'm not going to go too much farther because I don't want to show you, you know, what the boss battle is all about and how it goes. But I will say this, as you can see in these screenshots, Behemoth is absolutely crazy. It is so good. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing. It plays amazing. Again, this game to me absolutely lives up to the hype, and I've only played a very, very short demo. You know, a small piece of what this game is absolutely going to be. So as hyped as I was before for this game, I am doubly hyped now after playing the demo. I want to thank SkyDance for giving me a chance to play this amazing game. Thank you for bringing me out to California, to your studios, to check this out. I got a chance to do it with a couple of good friends in West Dillon and Jasmine, and they both absolutely loved it. I'm sure you'll be hearing from them today as well. But today is a big day for everybody. I want everybody to know how great this game is. Thank you for enjoying this clip of Behemoth with me, and ask me questions in the comments below. I'm happy to answer anything I can for you guys. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I just want to say at the end here, this game absolutely lives up to the hype so far. The demo was awesome. It was probably about 45 minutes to an hour long of this demo. I got to play it extensively. I got a really good feel for what the game is going to be about. I am very confident in saying this is going to be probably one of the best, if not the best games that we get a chance to play this year. The hype is real. Behemoth is going to be awesome. I can't wait. All right, guys, take it easy. See you later.